Friends, I gotta tell you, Pekkas are really strong at Town Hall 11 right now, and in this video, I'm gonna be giving you guys a number of tips and tricks to get those Town Hall 11 bases crushed with Pekka attack strategies. Guys, I've got a number of examples of Pekka Smash with tons of tips packed in there for you. Also got several examples of Pekka Bobat as well, so hang in there for that, friends. Tip number one, you can use a Warden walk at Town Hall 11. However, be careful. Don't ask your Warden to do too much, because at Town Hall 11, we've only got a level 20 Warden. He does not have that much DPS or don't do that much damage. So if you ask him to take out more than 4, maybe 5 buildings at a stretch, you're going to be running into a time fail. Look at the patience here, man. He carved out that other side with the Barbarian King. I'm a fan of using the BK that way as well to get a nice big funnel on that other side to keep those Pekkas and bowlers inside the base. Now, another warning, if you're going to do Warden Walk at Town Hall 11, don't try to have him chew through high hit point buildings like resource storages, things like that. It's just going to take too long. He does not do enough damage. Another tip, man, use those super wall breakers if you can. He saved an entire jump spell right here by using 2 layers of super wall breakers. And look at this Quake, man. Look at that Quake placement. Perfect placement on all 4 of those Quakes. Is going to open up the entire backside of this base. Not only that, but it opens him up to get even out of this base to this back line of defenses. Even though they're outside of the base over there, if you can't get back to him, they might as well, you know, if you can't get through the wall to them, they're going to stop you up just the same, guys. Look at this use of the siege barracks, man. I love it. It works perfectly with this attack. First of all, you're getting an extra Pekka and several extra wizards. Whether you're sending that inside the base with the troops or using it to funnel and take out buildings on the outside, it jives really, really well with this ground attack. And then it releases those hogs. It's like a natural timer, so it's going to give your troops a good chance to get their push through the base. Then it's going to be releasing those max hog riders. I'll admit, sorry Mountain, that heal spell right there placement was a little suspect. Maybe would have waited for a giant bomb to poke its head before burning that heal right there. But nonetheless, the rest of these hog riders, these level 10 hog riders coming out of there are going to be full health coming into these last 3 defenses, only one of which is really even a threat at all at the Archer Tower. Look at this. We got 3 Pekkas surviving, several hog riders taking down that last defense. All right, guys, next example, we're going to take a look at this hit by Jimmy Bob, but I got a warning for you guys right here. Now, once again, he's going to be using this Warden Walk, and what's he asking him to get? 1, 2, 3, 4 structures, none of which are a high hit point storage, so it is reasonable to ask that Grand Warden to take care of that stuff. He should be able to get those 4 buildings done in time. Once again, use the king for the other side of the funnel, this time sending him in instead of around the outside. That's going to be okay because we got a really wide section of the base right here. We want to narrow that down a little bit for the Pekkas and bowlers. However, look at the timing here, man. He started that Grand Warden Walk and that King pretty much the same time, all right? Really, you're going to want to wait for that Grand Warden to get his side of the funnel established. What happens here is the King pulls this CC before he's ready, before the Grand Warden can get this side of the funnel established, and since he's already locked onto this Archer Tower, he's stuck there until he gets it down. The result of that is these healers are still stuck over on the Warden, so none of these troops, none of these Pekkas, bowlers, or Queen have the benefit of those healers yet because the timing was off. The better option there would be to wait until that Grand Warden was at least targeting that Archer Tower before you get that King down, cutting in the other side of the funnel. That way, this side of the funnel is well established. Over here, the Warden can switch off to the troops, go inside the base. Look, he was able to use that Grand Warden ability at least, but look at these healers, man. They're so far behind the pack that they decide to stick with 1 bowler. Look at all the rest of these troops going through the base, man. None of those Pekkas and bowlers in the base having the benefit of those healers, and as a result, they are dying out, man. So just a little change up in timing can improve that result big time. But hang in there for this next example, because I'm going to show you a different way of doing things where you don't have to worry about waiting for that healer swap. You don't have to worry about that sort of thing, because you're going to start your attack in an entirely different manner where your healers are going to be, I'll show you in just a minute. Now, we do have enough to get through this base. Healers finally decide to do something useful and go in and heal the Queen, but unfortunately, it's a little too late, man. They're already getting taken out by that multi-target Inferno. Can the Queen take it down in time to give us some healer value on this base? Man, we got almost no healer value on this base, and it's still a triple. Are you freaking kidding me, man? Those Pekkas are strong, man. No doubt about it. We pretty much had almost zero healer value on this base, and it's still a triple just on the power of those Pekkas, man. They are absolute monsters at Town Hall 11. All right, guys, watch this. This is going to be a much better example of timing this correctly. Once again, Warden walk. How many buildings is he asking him to get? 1, 2, 3, 4 buildings. So none of them are high hit point buildings like storages. So that is a reasonable amount of time to expect the Warden to get it done. But notice, guys, he hasn't dropped anything else yet. That's by design. Now that Grand Warden's finally on that air defense, the one that he wanted to get this funnel established, so you can get it. Go ahead and start getting in the rest of your funneling troops. Once he targets that, you should have enough time to get in there. Look at this, man. King is going to work his way in. Is he going to go in? I think he wants to push his king either inside the base or down here to establish this inner side of the funnel. Either one would work. Now look at this. Since he timed this Warden ability better, his Warden is in there with the troops right away. So he's able to catch all of his troops in that Grand Warden ability, and that gives his healers enough time to catch up with the pack. They switch off the Warden. They head in there to heal the rest of the troops. They get a few raged heal shots off, which is going to top those troops up, back in health, keep them alive. Healers were distracted by a tornado trap right there, but look at this, man. Look how much healer value we're getting in there right now. They're healing that massive group. Now down here, he dropped his siege barracks because he wants those hogs to go right in here, take out this group of buildings, and then go straight into this multi-target inferno. He's doing a great job of taking this base apart step by step. I love that heal right there, man. You like to have them for the multi-target inferno, but bomb towers do more damage, man. You're not 100% sure there's going to be giant bombs in there by the multi. If there was, it would have been bad news, but you know for sure there's a bomb blast going off at that bomb tower. Now look at this pro tip right here, man. Backside, look at that wall piece. Look at that wall piece he opened right here. Single super wall breaker for the backside of the base. He knew he was going to have a hard time getting into this multi-target inferno. He knew his queen could not reach it from outside the wall, so he brings a backside wall breaker to open up that wall piece. Watch how important this is going to become. Of course, the troops are not taking it quite yet. I bet this was making him a little bit worried that none of his troops were going to use that super wall breaker, but watch what happens when we go to ×4. We got one Pekka left and a queen, and that super wall breaker on the backside of the base saves the day on this triple. What an OP pro move by Jimmy Bob. Alright guys, now we've seen 3 different examples of using a Warden walk to take a reasonable number of buildings out to establish one side of the funnel, and that's a good idea, man. It's going to work a lot, but you don't have to do that, man, because when you have that Warden walk, you do have some waiting time in there while you're waiting for the healers to swap over to the troops. If you don't time it correctly, your Warden can get to the troops too late. You can have too many of your troops dead. So there's another way of doing it, man, and different ways are going to work on different bases. But look at this. He established this side of the funnel right away with the king. He's going to establish this side of the funnel with that siege barracks. I'm not a big fan of doing that, honestly. I like to send my siege barracks Pekka into the base and use some other troops for funneling the other side, but he's going to time it just fine. He gets that side of the funnel established, and he gets the rest of his troops in there. Look at this. He dropped his healers straight on the Pekkas. He could do that because there was no air defenses right on this side. There was one way over here. That's why he started them on this side, to keep those healers away from the air defense. But he put those healers directly on those Pekkas with the bowlers and queen behind. That way you don't have to wait for that healer swap, all right? Those healers are going to be healing those troops immediately. Look at the full health of those troops. Now those healers are in a rage spell, continuing to keep those Pekkas and bowlers topped off. And since he got his troops in there so fast, the hogs already have a nice little path made out for them on the other side. They can actually work alongside the other troops. While look at this Expo being totally tanked by the core troops. There was a Tesla down here being tanked by the core troops. The timing on this was absolutely perfect. I don't generally like to use that siege barracks up here as part of the funnel, because normally when you use it to funnel, your hogs come out way too soon, way before you're ready. But Rijan managed to get that core push in there fast enough that the hogs were not wasted. In fact, the timing was beautiful on it. So if you can set that funnel without a Warden walk, if it's not too hard, doesn't require crazy troop investment, don't be afraid to do that, because oftentimes putting those healers directly onto your Pekkas with the bowlers right behind is going to give your troops more healing power pushing through the base. And look at the result, man. This Pekka right over here, 3/4 health. We still have 3 Pekkas alive over here, dude. He's going to have 4 Pekkas surviving this attack. Are you freaking kidding me, man? That is the power of those healers and those Pekkas together. 4 Pekkas still alive at the end of this attack. This base just got annihilated. Alright guys, I'll admit up to this point this has been kind of a Pekka smash party, but we're going to change that right now by dipping into the Pekka Bobat attack strategy. This attack strategy at Town Hall 11 was my favorite for, gosh, probably a whole year until Hybrid took over, man. This is a powerful attack strategy. And look at this. He's funneling ahead of time. He's funneling one side with the King, the other side with Electro Dragon. And look at this, man. His funnel is already beautifully established. Now, one thing to note, if you're going to use Pekka Bobat, normally you're going to need to use a wall wrecker instead of a siege barracks, instead of another siege machine. The reason for that being you don't have enough spell space to bring jumps and quakes normally, like you would with Pekka smash attack strategies, so you need that wall wrecker to be able to get through the walls. But if you hang in there till the next attack, I'm going to give you some tips on making that wall wrecker last way deeper into the base. Now, the point of Pekka Bobat is, first of all, you need a nice area where you can funnel, get all those troops into the base with the healers in there supporting, and that area needs to be taking out the majority of the splash damage in the base. Multi-target Infernos are still the meta at Town Hall 11, so you gotta have those accounted for. Look at this Ice Golem tanking this Wizard Tower so he doesn't have to waste a freeze spell on it. Now he's got freeze spells ready for this next Wizard Tower. It's probably gonna need a second one, which he has ready. Boom! This backside Wizard Tower is being completely tanked by Pekkas, so he's holding off on the freeze spell for it for now, but you want to zoom in and keep a close eye on that, and boom, this base just got so wrecked. The core push took out most of the splash damage in the base. The first Wizard Tower was tanked by an Ice Golem. Second Wizard Tower was tanked by 2 freeze spells. Third Wizard Tower, he had so many Pekkas in there that it did not have a chance to look at the bats. It was so busy futilely trying to take out those Pekkas. The bats are able to overwhelm it, and he's got a freeze spell that he doesn't even need for the rest of this attack. Base just got trashed by Pekkas and bats. Now, I haven't really been counting the hints up until this point, but I know I've got 3 more for you on this attack. First hint we're going to be talking about here is if you want that wall wrecker to last deep into the base, you're going to need to drop your Pekkas down before the wall wrecker. So the order is funneling troops first. Once that funnel is established, he's going to use an Electro Dragon on one side, a King on the other. On this one, you drop down the Pekkas once that funnel's established. Now, the Pekkas need to be out in front tanking for the wall wrecker, because when that happens, your wall wrecker's going to last so much further into the base, opening up so much more access. All right, the second tip is look at his spell composition right here. You can only bring 2 maxed out spells in your CC. Make sure they're bat spells. You get a big boost from level 4 to level 5 bats, so make sure that you're bringing maxed out bats in your CC. That's going to give you more firepower on your bats, more speed, more takedown power on those splash damage defenses through to the backside of the base. A lot more value than you'd get out of, say, like a max rage spell or something like that. Third tip on this attack right here is going to be the timing of the bat spells, all right? You're going to have to be a little bit patient and use them, even if your plan has to change. You don't always know how that core push is going to go. Look, he opened up access to this multi-target Inferno, but nothing is taking it out right now, and that's what he's waiting for. He's waiting to see that multi go down before he decides where to drop his bat spells. Now, if it didn't go down at all, you could still cover this multi and this Wizard Tower with a freeze directly in the center, and you could start your bats on there, but he's going to be more patient. He's got it opened up. He wants to see if something's going to take that multi down. He knows he's got time with the bats. Now look at this. The last Wizard Tower on this side actually went down to the Queen, so that opens up possibility to really get your bat wave going strong on this side with no splash damage whatsoever. Right now he's still watching that multi-target Inferno. He sees it go down, so with 3 freezes you really could start on this side as well, but if you kind of risk missing that timing there on that Wizard Tower. So he decides the safer bet is to let those bats get all that momentum built up while they're moving through this side of the base. And look at how many bats keep adding to that wave right there. Now we got a really strong wave coming straight in towards that Wizard Tower. He gets the freeze on the Wizard Tower. He could have frozen like all 4 of these defenses at once, and this Archer Tower and this air defense at once. But if you're a little slow on your placement, just freeze the freaking Wizard Tower, man, because that's the one that can can really make your bats disappear in a hurry. And look at that, man. That wizard tower is already gone. He decides to drop another free spell over here, but honestly, he's got so many bats, it was not needed. Boom! Guys, Pekka's strong at Town Hall 11 right now. Between Pekka Smash and Pekka Bobat, you're going to definitely be able to annihilate a lot of bases with it, so enjoy. Friends, in the middle of your screen right now, there's a button. If you have not subscribed to my channel yet, click that button and subscribe right now. If you're already a subscriber, check out one of the other videos on the screen right now, and we'll keep hanging out.